Hi, welcome to Arty Crafty Alchemy. Today I am going to be sharing some cards I made with the Reject Shop's Aussie Christmas. I'm the Arty Crafty Alchemist. Let's get started. So I've already made a couple of cards. I realised after I did this one that I probably should have waited. And I have some similar cards, but all I did extra for this one was I took the starry colours and I took colour 902 and added some extra little sparkles to whatever that thing on the echidna is. It was just a big green scribble. I figured it was meant to be a bow or something, but I added the gold in because I didn't like the way it looked. And then I thought it would look a bit like tinsel, and so it would go well with the don't get your tinsel in a tangle. This is all I have left out of one packet of die cuts at the moment. I have used most everything else, and I have a couple more made cards that we'll get to along the way. Sorry if you can hear my lounge creaking, it is very annoying. These first two are exactly the same, and I haven't worked out what sentiments I'm putting on these yet. And this is directional paper, so I've got to make sure that I stick them in the right direction, otherwise there's going to be a problem. Most of the cards I'm making today are pretty simple. I'm in a lot of a time crunch, so I was just trying to make as many cards as I could as fast as possible because I had 15 Christmas cards and now I only have 3. So I need some more Christmas cards. Trimmed off the excess gold. I'm going to do exactly the same to the other card. So we have 2 cards and I have a bunch of stamps beside me. I'm not sure if this will work. I might add wishing you a sparkling holiday without the frame. That did come as one piece, but I painstakingly sat there with a knife and cut that. When I did my video for the 3 collections from the Reject Shop, I didn't know that Most Wonderful Time and Rudolph and Friends are actually Aussie Studio collections as well. I wasn't sure because Reject Shop have rebranded things. Their craft line was the craft store, now it's something else. So I think I'm going to put Celebrate the Season on that one, and we have a kitty cat saying hello, getting in the way. I'm going to move these cards because I can guarantee that I will get them dirty if I don't. Going to stamp with archival ink. I re-inked my archival, but I think I may have re-inked just a smidge too much. Need to get that little flourish for the R. I'm going to leave these ones pretty plain. One stamped really well first go. I will find something probably to add up there, maybe one of the stickers. I can find something that will match. I don't think they really do much in the darker blue. The Aussie flag maybe a kangaroo. That was a quick easy card to put together. I just cut a card front. This whole panel would make one card front, and then I sliced it on a diagonal, leaving a bit at each end, and it's easier to stick them down if they're not full triangles. It is making life difficult. I trawled my stash for things. Unfortunately, I cannot find my Rosie's Studio Christmas stamps anywhere except for the new ones that I just bought. I did find this craft store set, which I believe would have been a Rosie's set, but that's the only one I can find. I'll go with All Is Calm, All Is Bright, sticking that one all the way over the side. Be very careful putting this down. I've had a bad habit of getting glue everywhere lately. Trying to slide it up, make sure it is flush. I have my Tim Holtz 8.5 inch paper trimmer, which I am loving. Cut the excess off, and again I need a stamp. I need to all the stamps that I've used to the side because they all need to be cleaned. Again, stamping with archival. Rosie's stamps are acrylic, and I find archival gives the best coverage with it. Stays on would also work. And there's another card done with the leftover strip. So this is one whole piece of paper. Tried to use as much of the paper as I could. I do believe I managed to just about use every sheet. This one's done. I use my Kodamaru corner rounder on these cards just around the corners. As I said, I was working in a rush and it was faster just to trim the paper than die cut panels and things, so I didn't do much die cutting for these, although I have used die cuts for the sentiments. And this is the leftover from another sheet of paper. Looks like the other piece should be the leftover, but I worked the other way around and you'll see why in a minute. Put Santa on here like that's his little bit of wave that he's riding. And then I have these ho-ho-hos, and I'm missing some ho-ho-hos. Lucky I have extra ho-ho-hos. I'm just going to grab some ho-ho-hos. So that one's already stacked together. Look for a nice one to go on top, and then I pick some not so nice ones to go underneath. If they've got a little bit of damage or anything like that, they go underneath. And I'm stacking 3 ho-ho-hos. All I have done is glued 3 hos together. Any that are a little dirty or are missing a tiny piece, I stick to inside or the bottom so that you can't really tell. I'm going to work out where I want my ho-ho-hos. I want the one in the middle to be straight, so I might work on that one first. Then I'll put my others on either side. Oh, nearly stuck it on upside down. So we have Merry Christmas and a ho-ho-ho surfing Santa. Okay, so this was the piece that I cut it from. And it says, "'Tis Christmas, mate." Had these little sticker banners. And I trimmed down Santa. I do have to show you the die cutting for this one, just because it's easier to do it. I found my other hoe. Of course it was in the wrong card. Just because it's easier to do the stamping before it's been cut out. Firstly, I grab the banner. Luckily there was 2 of them. That's how I got to make 2 identical cards. Down the Christmas. In my stamp platform, I'm using the Nellie Snellen ovals. The mate is from the Couture Creations Fair Dinkum Sentiments. Try and centre these as best I can. And then I'll pick that up. Again, I'm using Archival. And we have our "'Tis Christmas, mate." Now I've got my Cuttlebug and I'm going to be able to line this up a little better now. I'm just using some skinny post-it tape. Going to stick some foam tape behind. Uh-oh, Kitty's back. Excuse the mess at the sides, I just had to zoom out a little. I realised we were too close. So I'm just going to try and centre that. And that's our sentiment done. Again, I'm eyeballing, but I'm trying to get this close to the centre. And I forgot to stick tape on the back of these. So I'll just add some glue. I don't know what I'm going to do about the cat. She's in the way tonight. Might have to clear her a spot in a second. End bit is not straight, so I'm going to hang that off the edge as well. These 2 I'll just cut off. And then I'll grab the paper trimmer and I'm just going to butt up the folded edge of the card to the edge of the trimmer so I can trim off the excess and it'll be nice and straight. And I'm going to add some foam tape to the back of this bit. And there we have 4 surfing Santas. Had an ulterior motive for wanting to use both pieces of paper. I grabbed 2 packets of the die cuts because there was so few in this set especially. I had an ulterior motive in making all 4 cards, and that is I don't like the mustard. I do, however, like how the cards turned out. Just really don't like that mustard colour. I wanted to get it all used up. This Merry Christmas is from Poppy Stamps. The Ho 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 was from this little bee set called Christmas. That Merry Christmas is, I believe, one I got in England, and I am in such a mess because I've got to get this video filmed plus make everything for another video and get it filmed. It is 11 o'clock at night and I have to do all of that by 8 o'clock in the morning. Plus I have to stamp inside all the cards. So I'm a bit behind the 8 ball today. Nothing has been put away properly yet. That's tomorrow's problem. So I've got this wombat piece of paper. If you didn't know, the Rosie's and Reject Shop collection paper is pretty thin. It is paperweight, not card weight, and it is light paperweight. We've got our little wombat, which I think is possibly the smallest die cut. I kind of want to curve it, but I'm not sure how I'm going to get it to stay curved. I'll move him over a little. Again, this is 3 die cuts stacked together. Could probably go 4. I was just in a rush. Hold it at a stamp block, and I don't know. There it is. I'm just going to stick that stamp block on it and let it dry and grab the next one. This one I've sort of designed but sort of haven't. I know in theory what I want to do. I think I'll go that way. This is a Sizzix die. Came with all the poinsettia flower dies and this nice wreath. Gotten into wreath dies lately, and this is a good one because it doesn't have any extra bells and whistles on it, so you can either leave it as it is or you can make it your own. My bird only has tape on the top part, and I am going to add tiny amounts of glue there and some glue to the tail, and I am not worried about the middle portion. Now I've got to work on a flower placement. I'm going to glue 2 of these together. I probably should have made all the flowers beforehand. This is the set. It is Pretty Wreath. It looks like it's by Pete or Petey. I didn't have enough paper left to do another large flower, unfortunately. All the leaves are cut out of the leftover wombat paper. Just using what scraps I had. That is the one and only complicated card I'm doing. Going to leave it sentimentless for now, but I might add some gems to the flowers a bit later. Just don't have any near me. And that is the wombat card now that it is all stuck down. Now I'm working on a Tasmanian Devil card. Again, I'm grabbing the paper trimmer. The Naughty Until Proven Nice stamp is from Recollections. Don't actually know what the name of the stamp set is called. It just says Christmas on it. If I get a little time, I will probably add a little bit of bling onto the sentiment circle. This one I decided to use the kookaburra. I was trying to make doubles of all the cards, but time was getting away from me. So I'm going to take photos of all of these and then remake the rest of them. That way, if I need them, I'll have a head start for next year for the cottage. The ones I had left over from last year is what was in the cottage right now, and they're all gone. From the same stamp set, I got the Nice Until Proven Naughty and Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle from Recollections. I'm going to use the Get Your Merry On stamp. Again, Recollection stamps are acrylic, so I'm using the archival. Think about the snowflakes. Doesn't really fit for Aussie Christmas, but never mind. Too late now. And there's the kookaburra to go with the cockatoo. Now this is a first generation stamp. This is Old Oak by Hello Bluebird. And for the first one, I need to center this piece. This is going to be the base for the tree. I just cut a little piece of scrap gold foil mirror cardstock. I actually want to slide this piece under it a little bit, so I will take the back off that. Before I stick that all the way down, I will stick that under there, and then I can add my Christmas tree. Then I'm going to add these 2 presents. I just got swiped again. Just going to trim that little extra piece off, trying to get most of the word on there, and then I'm going to add my other little present. Cut that little piece of star paper because there was a gap there and I didn't like it. This is the first generation stamp and this is the second generation stamp, and I forgot to add any tape to this. I'm not going to raise this one up as it's on super thin 160 GSM cardstock that I had left over from something else. I was printing some stuff for my daughter and this was a piece that was trimmed off. Now printer only takes the 160 GSM on sufferance. And I may add some gems to the Christmas tree of that just to zhuzh it up a bit. For the next one, I have the banner and I cut this using the Sunny Studio fishtail banners. I am not sure which pack is which, so I just use one from either one or two. I am not sure which. I actually got them off a Facebook group that sells secondhand stuff. And then I've taken one of the stickers from the sticker pack and just stuck it on a double stitch circle. I think this one's Poppy Crafts. But my battery is going to die on my camera. I still have loads to do, so if you're interested in what particular brand of something I have used, just pop a comment below. Now for the next piece of this paper, I have another koala. This koala, I grabbed the candy cane from the die cut pack and I cut little slits around the koala's paws, slide it into so it looks a bit more like the koala is holding onto the candy cane. I'm going to put that to the side, and if my battery doesn't run out I'll find a stamp to go on that, but I'm not holding out much hope. So this card is going to be the same as this one. I did manage to make a couple of doubles. I had lots of this paper that I cut into strips and used for different cards. Stick it up the right way. I tend to use a lot of gold strips so I'm not wasting cardstock. I'm going to have to put this one to the side too because for some reason my battery on my camera is not liking to last long at the moment. I don't know what's going on. I will put them back inside there for now. That's another one that needs to be stamped. You can see what the finished product will be with that one. I will find a different stamp though. For the last piece of this paper, again, it's going to need to be stamped, but I can actually put all this one together because I'm sticking the card down flat. Again, that one needs to be stamped, so I'll put it aside. Again, I've used the Kodamaroo corner rounder on this one, and then the rectangle is from a Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle. Here we go, 'tis the season to be jolly with a jumping, and we've got the last little piece of the paper. Didn't realise there was a kink in the gold. To make sure the kink is not on the card. I don't think I have a sentiment for this one, so I think I'm going to leave that one for a minute. I'll get as much done as I can before my battery goes, and when my battery goes I'll go and find sentiments for all of them and then bring them back to show you, I think. I also need to stick this piece of paper on. I did try a piece of red cardstock there, but the one I had was the wrong colour and it was just too jarring, so I swapped to a piece of stars. I've used my Kodamaroo corner rounder again on this. I've only done 2 corners on opposite sides. Just got to get the card round the right way. This time I've taken the koala and I have trimmed around its paws a bit and added a piece of wattle and leaves. And then I have a banner that says "From our home to yours." And there's another quick card done. Here is another piece of the eucalyptus, just from the little offcut that was left. And then another gold strip. I'm loving the gold strips tonight. It just made making cards, it looked nice, so much easier, and there's gold foil on the little pieces. I'm going to stick that right in the centre, and then I'm going to stick on my sentiment, which again is another one of the Lawn Fawn stitch rectangle dies, and this one says Christmas greetings. And that's that one done. Good to go. Fingers crossed we make it. This one again needs to be stamped. Oh dear. I'll stick everything on but the dingo because I need the dingo not to be on there to be able to stamp it properly. I'm adding a strip of the starry paper to the bottom, and I'm going to add another strip to the top. Then I've got the 2 gold strips. And our little dingo goes there, and then I will add a sentiment to the other side. And oh, these 2 cards are already made, thankfully. Forgot I was making a video, and instead of just leaving one to make, I just made it. These little animals have been cut out of the background of the die cut packet. I will end up cutting them all out and using them. I was just in a rush, so didn't have time to fiddle around with that, but I thought these 2 little ones would go really nicely on here to add a little bit extra. And then these are both stickers from the sticker pack. Okay, I am going to stamp the ones that need stamping and charge my battery while I do it, and then I'll come back and finish the video. First few cards use the nice Australian foliage paper. They really didn't have to be Christmas cards if you didn't want them to be. It doesn't look all that Christmassy. But I have put celebrate the season, wishing you a sparkling holiday and all is calm and bright. The next 2 cards use the bird paper. And we have Get Your Merry On and Merry Christmas with the kookaburra and the cockatoo. Then for the gum leaves, I've given the koala the wattle to hold. I've just cut a little extra to slide it in into the paw. And then from Our Home to Yours on a banner. For this one I've used one of the car die cuts and Christmas greetings on a lawn fawn rectangle. These are the 2 large surfing Santas. This has the Ho Ho Ho, which is from the Little Bee die set, and this one has Merry Christmas, which I think is from the Works in England. Then I have the 2 His Christmas Mate surfing Santas. Then I have the 2 ornament cards. We Wish You a Merry Christmas and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas are both from Craft sets. I can't remember what the set is called off the top of my head. I have no idea where the packaging has gone. Peace on Earth is from an Inka Dinka Doo set. Winter Silhouettes, which is an old stamp set, but I think you can still pick it up in some places. And I have the 2 green and gold stripy cards, or green and mustard. On this one I used some of the starry colours from Gunzai Tambi and Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle. And for this one I used Nice Until Proven Naughty. Both of those stamps are from the same recollection set. Now, we had a little oopsie with this card. I had to cut the top off it. That is why the sentiment is so far up. I had stamped it once and I was going to stamp it again because it didn't quite stamp right. And this little one over here decided she was going to bump my hand and knock the stamp pad out of my hand, which landed on the card. I had to cut the top off it and I'm not wholly happy with that, but what can you do? And then we have our kangaroo with the candy cane and Tis the Season to Be Jolly, again from the Kaiser Craft stamp set. And I have these 2. This one has the plain background and banner, and it has the big koala. I just slipped that candy cane on there and glued it on. And then I've added a Merry Christmas down the bottom. And I forgot to stamp the Merry Christmas before I taped koala on, but that's okay. It all worked out. And then this one has the Merry Christmas sticker and the Hello Bluebird background. That is the 2nd generation stamping, and this was the 1st generation stamping. And I've just used the presents and a little piece of paper to look like a present under there in the tree. And the Merry Christmas is from Lawn Fawn. These are my least 2 favourite cards. Maybe they need the white frame or something around them just to zhuzh them up a bit. But as I said, time is of the essence. I've used the stickers for sentiments, and I've cut the little platypus and Tasmanian devil out of the die cut packaging. And then from the tiny bit of paper left over from that, I made the dingo card, and it says, May the season of beauty bring you joy. Then the wombat card with the big Merry Christmas, which is a poppy stamps die. And then the only one that took ages to make because I decided I wanted to use the physics wreath, and I just need to add a sentiment to that, but I haven't decided what is going on that one. So they are all the cards I have made. I have used, I think, one of every sheet, close to one of every sheet. I hope you enjoyed this journey of card making. It's taken me a while to get this many, but the Aussie cards are super popular, so I have made a bunch. Let me know below which one's your favourite card. I've got to get my bottoming gear and get some more cards made. Oops, I almost forgot. I have one bonus card. This is one of the stencils that the Reject Shop currently has, and I've put a Peace on Earth oval. I learnt the hard way with the Bow Bunny sugar paste. I don't know if they still make it. You need to put a thick layer down really fast and remove your stencil very quickly. Try not to add too much tape to it because this glitter paste dries really fast and it rips off in sections if you don't get your stencil off fast enough. I used squeezed lemonade and lucky clover and some peacock feathers to make the tree. So I started with the yellow at the top, added the lucky clover all the way down, and then added some peacock feathers at the bottom just to darken it up a little bit. I have an ombre tree. Okay, let me know below your favourite card. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to see more content like this, hit the bell notification, know when new videos come out. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.